Hi everyone. In this video, we are going to talk about communication etiquettes, which are basically manners to take care of when we are talking to other people. They're specifically about how we're trying to communicate, how we're trying to listen, etc. So the first thing that I'm going to talk to you about is telephone communication. Telephone communication is extremely common in workplaces. When we are working remotely, we talk on the phone often. Then we talk on the phone very much with people probably from other teams. We also talk to our clients, business partners, basically everyone who does not sit next to us, we talk to them on the phone. So etiquettes during telephone communication are very important, and this video is just going to tell you some tips about telephone communication at first. So the first thing to remember is when you're talking on the phone, don't speak too loud or too soft. Sometimes you will actually get the impression for the other person that you're speaking too loud or they can't hear you, you're too soft. And if you're not able to understand how you're coming across, it is best to just ask. You can ask if you're audible, or you can ask if you're too loud. You can even ask if people are able to hear something in your background. Sometimes it happens that we are in a noisy place and we have to make a phone call. So it is a very nice courtesy to ask if the sound behind you is distracting people, Then the next thing that I want to talk to you about is, so this is kind of a phone etiquette, but when you're meeting with someone in person, then it is best not to be on your phone because people feel very disrespected when you're talking to them and you're on your phone. And at the same time, if you're talking to someone or chatting with someone on the phone while you're meeting with someone in person, then the person on the other side of the phone also very easily gets the impression that you're busy, you're not giving them your full attention. So basically, the gist of the story is when you're in front of someone, just keep your phone aside. It's a very good etiquette. It's a very common courtesy, and it's just a way to show respect to the people that you're talking to. The next thing is when you're on a conference call and you're not speaking. So often it happens that 3 or 4 people are connected in a call. If it is not your turn to speak, it is best to put your phone on mute so that people are not disturbed and distracted by the sound in your background. The next thing that I want to talk to you about is etiquettes during email communication. So emails are like the backbone of any industry, right? We're always writing emails to our bosses. We're writing emails to communicate things. We're also writing emails for the record that that this thing was communicated, that this thing was this person's task. So it is very important to learn how to be courteous, how to show etiquettes while writing an email and while answering email. So the first point is, when someone sends you an email, when it's an official email, when a colleague sends you an email, you don't respond to them within a week, right? You have to respond to them during a certain period of time. So maybe you can, remember a tiny guideline. If it's an internal email from within your colleague, from within your company, try to respond to them within a day. And if it's an external email, someone has sent you, I don't know, a client's request, some change that a client has requested in your product, things like that. Someone wants to talk to you about a new business opportunity. You can take a bit more time. You can take 2 to 3 days to respond to such emails. But don't take longer than that, because you don't want you don't want to lose out on business opportunities. You also don't want to seem unavailable to the people outside the company. So probably a reasonable time to respond is 2 to 3 days. Keep your language as well as your punctuations professional. For example, when we're texting someone, when we are WhatsApping, we have this tendency to send a lot of smileys, to send a lot of exclamation marks, to write in this SMS lingo where we change the spellings of the words. Please do not do that while writing professional emails. Write in full, complete language. Use complete spellings. Spell check your emails if possible. Read them once or twice and see if you've mentioned any wrong spellings. And absolutely do not use like too many smileys or too many exclamation marks because this is not friends that you're writing to. This is your professional colleagues. So the next thing is always keep your emails default on reply and not reply all. Sometimes it happens that there are 10 people in an email chain, and then you want to write to someone, only to one person, probably that you disagree with an idea, you have some concerns about the project, but you don't want to share them yet with the entire team. When you send these things on a reply all chain to everyone within the company, including your bosses, people who report to you, then it becomes kind of a blunder. So, even you might have, if you're already working, even you might have heard some instances of someone sending these blunderful reply all emails. So it is a good practice to keep your email default reply to just reply to the sender and not to a reply all situation. So next thing to remember, sometimes it might happen that you're actually introducing people from different teams to each other in an email. It is a nice courtesy to make sure that you have communicated to these people beforehand, probably on text or probably casually in just going to their table and telling them that you're going to make these new introductions between teams, because no one wants to be blindsided in a sense that they don't want to be like, who is this person that that you have sent this email to? Is he trying to complain about me, or is she trying to send me a message? You don't want to have these personal feelings or fears come in. So it's best to be upfront about these things. Maybe, if you're trying to get one person to work with another one, just talk to them beforehand that you will introduce them over email, and then you can send a professional email saying, hey, I want to connect you with this person. Maybe you can work together on this project. So it's a very good courtesy and a very good professional way to not let people be discouraged by this whole process. So the next topic we're going to discuss in communication etiquettes is in-person communication, of course. As I said before, this is a professional setup. So when you're meeting someone, you really don't want to be commenting on what they're wearing, their makeup, how they look, or if they've put on weight. Please do not say things like that in a workplace. They just don't go very well. Even if you think you're friends with that person, your office is still a professional setup. It is best to keep friendships in a different space outside the office, and all your conversations within the office should follow this level of decorum. So don't comment on people's appearance. When you're talking to someone, it's good to have eye contact, but yeah, not too much that you're coming across as intimidating or aggressive. And just an extension of this point, when you're having a communication with someone, make sure that you're having an equal communication. Like, you are not dominating, or you are not the one telling all your points and the other person is just listening. Make sure that everyone's points are being heard. Everyone is being given an opportunity to speak. Match the volume of the person that you're speaking to. So this is a very subtle, a very tiny, and a very important point. Sometimes it will happen that you will actually meet people who speak in a very low volume, in a very quiet volume. So that's their nature, and it is a nice courtesy that you can extend to them, that maybe you can speak in their volume. They don't want to be intimidated by loud voices. Maybe they just don't like it, they're uncomfortable with it. So it's a nice gesture, it's a nice courtesy to adjust your volume, your tone with the person that you're speaking to. Show an interest in what other people are saying. Of course, this relates to my previous point, that you don't want to be the only one talking. You don't want to be the only one bringing ideas to the table. You want to hear other people's concerns, other people's feedback, other people's ideas, if you want your work to grow and you want your work to flourish. So yes, do show interest and do have interest. Don't just show it, don't just pretend it. Have an interest in what other people are saying, what they have to contribute, what they bring to the table. So this is it for this video about communication etiquettes. Thank you so much for watching.